just when it seemed like the Wizards were ready to get their W's back, they go and lose 2 straight home games over the weekend, which is probably why ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reported that Lossington is willing to trade anyone on their roster. John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Otto Porter included. True or false? The Wizards need to blow it up fast.
Yeah, they needed to blow it up yesterday. We've been talking about this for a while now.
You're angry about this team.
I'm so tired of this team. I really, really am. They need to do something. I mean, is it trading John Wall? Is there any genuine interest for a guy in John Wall at the age he is, with the injuries that he has, with the contract that he has? Is it more likely you move Bradley Beal? Is that then a bad move because that's maybe your best player on terms of contract? Does anyone want Otto Porter and his $80 million contract? Something has to happen because there is just no fight in this team. They were down 20 points in 8 minutes to the Blazers after losing the game before at home to the Nets. You'd think they'd come out with a little fire. Nothing. Flat. They don't play hard. They don't care, it seems to be. So, yeah, you've got to move somebody.
This reminds me a little bit of the Clippers at the end of the Lob City era, where they had some good runs, got to the playoffs but couldn't quite go there. And Doc Rivers was kind of just like, you know what, sometimes teams just get to that expiry point and they have to move on. I think the Wizards have had some success in the playoffs, and if it wasn't for a John Wall hand injury a couple of years ago, maybe they even made the conference finals. But this is, I think, where they are right now. It's like Wall and Beal, they've gone as far as they can go, and it's time to move on and see if they can get some fresh blood in there.
So would you trade, I know you love him, Bradley Beal?
Well,
if he's the only one you can trade, do you do that trade with the hopes of like bringing in some young talent, some picks and stuff like that, and basically blowing it up and starting this whole thing over?
Bring him to the Hawks.
What? So you're close to him? Weird.
Well, the Washington Wizards they're just bad. And the Clippers at least fought till the end of the season and then were beaten in the postseason. This team is coming out of the gate, as you mentioned. It just seems like it's year after year after year like this. If you trade Bradley Beal, is that blowing it up? Even though he's your most valuable player, that's why it's sort of an odd situation. You might get some pieces back, but isn't the locker room the same? Isn't the effort the same? It doesn't feel like that's blowing it up. It doesn't feel like that's changing your trajectory.
No, I agree.
think you have to get Wall out of there. It starts with the head.
No, that's probably true, but who talks themselves into trading John Wall? You're right, there is no untradeable contract. Sure, and he is an all-NBA talent. At times, for sure, we've seen.
I think if one goes, almost the other has to go as well. And you have to decide the direction of this team. Is it starting again with younger players and draft picks and sort of basically mailing in this season and maybe next? Or do you trade one of them and decide, okay, we're going to try to win with just a different piece in here? But I don't think you can do both. I think it's either one or the other.
But don't you think John Wall's trade value will only go down? I know his, contract will be shorter, but... Yeah. I think...
But there are other bad contracts out there as well. And we've seen this before where, you think a guy's untradeable.
Yeah.
Someone will bite on it. They will, for sure. They'll give back. It might cost the Wizards another pick to get rid of it.
Yeah.
As we see his monster contract here. And there is a monster trade kicker if he is traded this year. That's part of the numbers. But that's something that the Washington Wizards would have to pay. It just seems like a very talented guy. Again, I don't think his trade value is going up the further you really get into this season. I think it might be time to just do it right now. And you've got guys like Bradley Beal, who's a very calm, serene guy, acting out in practice, as reports go, that
he's tired of it.
He's seen this ish for 7 years, and it's time to move on.
Yeah.
And with a guy like that, no,
not at all.